Greetings friends, this time let's talk about the Barbarian and an arsenal build which is around overpowering for the new season of Diablo 4. It's a bit an off-meta build, but you'll see that no matter your level, it's still very efficient and very fun to play. I'll tell you everything in that video and don't forget to subscribe. I'll start with the skills, and as you can see we don't have a basic attack to generate fury. Still, we'll have plenty of ways to generate fury. I'll tell them during this video. You'll have double swing, upheaval, death blow in order to have our arsenal passive, steel grafts to pull your enemies, iron skin for the defensive setup, and of course the ultimate. One of the ways to generate fury will be to play a two-handed mass mastery in order to grant you fury, especially during berserking. For the gear and stats, you'll want first to use this new helm, which is just too powerful for our Barbarian. Then, for the armor, a chance to get fortified when you deal damage while berserking, and you'll want on it maximum life, damage reduction, and strength. You'll want the most maximum life possible in order to boost your overpowered damage. Then for the glove, apply bleeding to enemies, and you want ranks of double swing, upheaval, critical strike chance, and overpowered damage. For the pants, also maximum life, damage reduction and strength, and for the aspect, the fact that iron skin will make you unstoppable and grant you damage reduction. For the boots, an additional charge of death blow, which will be very strong with the build, movement speed, strength, willpower and dexterity for the stats, and for the weapon, first two-handed weapon after swapping 8-time weapons, your next hit will do more overpowered damage. This one will proc quite often and will be also very strong in the build. For the weapon stats, we'll want overpower, core skill damage, critical strike damage and strength, the same for every non-unique weapon. Then we have increased core skill damage after stacking up enough fury, this one which will increase your attack speed when you land a critical strike with a core skill, and this unique which has been quite buff in the new patch because you'll increase the damage that you do to enemies pulled by steel grabs up to 50%, so it's important to have this weapon. Then for the ring, when you spend 100 fury, you'll have increased damage on death blow, this one increasing damage based on your fury when you cast a spell, and for the stats, overpowered damage, critical strike chance, critical strike damage, and lucky hit chance. Lastly, for the amulet, we'll also be using this new one which will increase the damage of a critical strike overpowered. For the Vampiric power, we have plenty of good stuff which will work quite well with overpower and maximum life. So we'll start with additional damage to vulnerable enemies, and this one which will reduce the cooldown of your ultimate. It will also increase its damage based on bleeding enemies nearby, so it's a good one to have in this setup. Then we have an overpower attack every 20 seconds, and the fact that when a core skill overpower an enemy, it will drop 3 blood drops, so it's important to get this one too. Then you have the fact that you'll deal damage based on your life and heal yourself that way, and this one giving you fortify but also critical strike chance. For the skill tree, you can put 2 points anywhere just to unlock what is after, it doesn't matter too much, and then we have 5 points here, 5 points here, the fact that it will extend berserking duration, and this one to increase the damage. You also have 3 points here to make enemies vulnerable on a core skill, increase life, and additional armor based on your life for the iron skin. A bit below we got some damage reduction just here, increased damage to close enemies, and 5 points in death blow with the fact that it will trigger berserking. You also have it here, it will also trigger berserking, and that's the 2 ways that we activate berserker, and of course we'll keep this statue forever with the double swing with this passive. After this we have our ultimate, generate fury when you swap weapon and increase overpowered damage. Lastly, our K passive walking arsenal, which will always be up and boosting your damage. To finish, let's talk about the Paragon. First glyph, increase your damage with the mace and overpowered damage when you have a mace, and then we have this node which will grant you fury when you swap weapons. It's the third way to generate fury with this build. You have this one just here increasing overpowered damage, and then this node every 12 seconds your next skill will be overpowered. You have this one here increase damage while fortified, and then just here increase attack speed based on your critical strike. You have this glyph increasing damage while berserking, and lastly this glyph to increase the damage on bleeding enemies. We won't be taking this node, but this is this Paragon setup. Thanks for watching this video. I hope that you'll have plenty of fun on this Barbarian build using Overpower and Arsenal K passive.